for more than 20 years, we are supporting the call of local engaged people who work with and for poor in slums. We have gained a lot of experience in this field with basic infrastructure, with working with community workers, a lot of NGOs, also working with local authorities and the international field expertise on slum development. For me, the Urban Matters approach is that you're working with the local people, not for, but with the local people. You're working with local authorities. You're working with NGOs and community workers, and bringing those all those partners together and see in which way you can collaborate, you can cooperate between these different stakeholders in that setting. Well, if you look to, for example, the San Salvador case, you see that we start working with NGOs in that setting. We had relations with the Ministry of Housing. What you saw is that bringing in a lot of also Dutch partners, we gathered all those local partners, and together we started imagining a dream of what within that local setting a neighborhood approach could be. So it's bringing together different parties, different stakeholders, and getting the emotion that together you can make another world, you can make another dream of a neighborhood. Well, when you look back at the tradition of Coordate, and it's bringing together, we always worked in bringing together different partnerships, giving people trust that in their surroundings, in their circumstances, they are doing the best thing, and also show in other surroundings what other interesting things, best practices are developed, and bringing those people from different surroundings in contact, linking them up, connecting them. So that is the part of the Coordate method of working. So within local context, bringing people together, but also connect one city, one practice in one city with another practice in another city, and show what is done. So I can give you an example. For example, in Haiti, after the earthquake in the city of Port-au-Prince, there was a lot of disaster and emergency help. People didn't know what to do for a structural approach. So we invited local government, local authorities, slum dwellers, also NGO workers, in a big mission to go from Haiti to El Salvador and to see in which way people in El Salvador who also experienced an earthquake, what kind of solutions they had invented. So people of Haiti got inspired by the practices in El Salvador, and now they're also setting up a kind of approach, an urban matters approach in Haiti, because they got inspired by the Salvadorian way of developing it. We think that you need to bring people together as a community of change, using examples of change in one setting and another setting, and by connecting it, not only the South with the South at the local level, but also South experience and other South experience. Try to link up and present your best practice to international policy makers. Show in which way, in different settings, different experiences can add up and be a good example for international policy, like UN Habitat, like the World Urban Campaign. There's a lot of experience by connecting we as Cordate have a lot of experience by connecting what happens at different local levels, South-South exchange, and also relating it with international policy makers, also decision makers like EU or also United Nations. That's what we call the community of change, and we really believe in it. A community of change without borders, try to connect whoever wants to connect with that community of change. Well, that's Urban Matters really is an opportunity. It's another way of development cooperation. It's not of on one side you have a donor organization or donor agencies who's giving money to NGOs or poor people, but it is stand together and imagine a new thing. Everybody has to contribute to that same idea, and everybody who thinks it's worth investing in it, be it with money, be it with resources, be it in kind, it doesn't matter, but who is interested in investing in it, you are open to enter this new way of development cooperation. And it's more making people independent and not by financing, and in that sense having also the opportunities to urge or to force people to do according what money says. It gives opportunities to look together in which way you do. There's no one who's having the power. No, only together you have the power to change things. So I think we are now more in equal position. I would like to invite all people interested, be it stakeholders or be it partner organizations, to be transparent, to be in what your interests are. Where do you see your win-win situation? And with this transparency, with this equal partnership, this is a big opportunity, what we are experiencing together. We are a kind of pilot inspiring other people working in Cordate to do it another way around, and of course others will do it in another way. But what we are experiencing now in this moment, that in Cordate we have to address downsizing. We know that less money is available. We have to find other ways of development, and Urban Matters really is an experience what is worthwhile looking at it and see the benefits what this kind of development is doing. It's a different way of working we have done for several years. Yeah, therefore I think it's a nice experience because it's another way of working, new opportunities, and also, for example, linking up with private firms is something we haven't done in the same way within Cordate. Working without financial resources, it's another way of showing how we can play our role as Cordate. It not necessarily it has to be a financing role.